All right. So this particular session, so I'm going to have a few of these. We are going to do some interesting experiments, or it's like more like sort of challenges we are trying to solve. So we are going to go to this ROP Emporium. So this is the site, which is quite interesting. All right. So okay, it's loading. All right, the internet is a bit slow. All right, so now, so what you guys have to do is to go to this site ropemporium.com, and you have all the related details here. Okay, and you have to go to the beginner's guide, and then the all change challenges. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll do all this eight challenges. Probably do one or two in the beginning, then I'll ask you to do things next, and then I'll probably give you some demonstrations. So beginner's guide, so you have to read this first. ROP is a mechanism that leverage bypass protection mechanisms, and next step, so we talked about it, right? And okay, and also you have the L-Sherry's white paper, not the white paper, but more of a research paper about written or in the programming. So guys, read this. This is quite cool. So I'm going to run this program as well later on. So this is from ExploitDB. So this guy is pretty cool. Like this website, if you go there, you'll find a lot of interesting articles. Not updated recently, but he's having that is quite useful for you to read. So I do think that you guys go and read it. So that's off by one tutorial, integer overflows, underflows, format strings, stack-based buffer flows, all these things are there. All right, so this Emporium is a series of challenges that are designed to teach ROP in isolation, right, with minimal requirements of reverse engineering or bug hunting. So yeah, so but you need to have a lot of reverse engineering experience here. What this isn't, the focus is on developing ROP chains and everything to this right in pen testing. All right, neither which are covered here. If you're new to binary exploitation, consider leaving the challenge and you go to smash the stack. So I already asked you to do IO games, so that's really important. Right, so this is smash the stack. If you go to War games, you'll find IO is no longer there. So, but it's in other places like Vulnerability Hub. But these are the things that you guys can play. Right. So don't forget the basics. So the ROP Emporium needs Linux x86, right? And getting job done. Tools. These are tools very important. So I recommend you 100% to work on these tools. The first one is Radar 2. It's a disassembler, debugger, and a binary analysis tool. So you can go to the GitHub. Post these things. Need this. Right, so please install these things in your core Linux machine, which you guys are dealing with. So I'm not going to go details. If time permits, I'll do some sessions on these, but don't wait for them. Just go and do your installations. So that's important tool. And ROPR we have already installed, so we already work with ROPR. So ROPR is for identifying gadgets, which you already know. So this is what I've done last video, installing Capstone, and there are other tools like FileBytes, Keystone, but they are not necessarily important to run ROPR. So this is how you run ROPR, and in case if you want to install anything, this is how you're gonna do it. So you can do installations also, which is cool, right? So then of course FileBytes. So it's a read and edit this ELFs, PEs, so quite important. And if you're doing Android reverse engineering, these tools can be quite handy, right? And also there's Keystone. It's basically a assembler framework which does have a lot of other tools inbuilt. So remember, GDB is not the tool out there, so there are a lot of other cool tools like PDAL we have used earlier. Where I saying a lot of interest, and also now this is probably the one which is really important, Pwn debug and Pwn tools. So actually I used Pwn tools in the last one, and this one I'll be using a lot more. And if you can remember, when we did format string exploitations, we had to write our own handcrafted C coding. And even the last one I used the pack and the struct and all these things. You don't need them when you have Pwn tools, and you don't have to create text files and do all these things. You can do everything rather automated way. So it's a CTF framework and exploit development library written in Python. It's designed to rapid prototyping and development. So you can do things faster. You can just import Pwn and then basically you guys can run it on interactive mode, which will create the payload, and you can inject the payload to the victim's binary. So these things can be done pretty fast. So this is how you guys install this. I have already installed in my PC or my Kali. So I don't really need to install it again. It's all good in my machine. Right. So I have installed Pwn tools. Actually, you can't use it like that, so you have to import as a Python code. So I have SSH into my PC, but it's okay. All right. So I already installed. If there's anything missing, I'll try to do it by that time. All right. One thing that I've seen sometimes, if you not install Python 3, you have to install Python 3. Python 2.7 would not do. So guys, please do that. And also sometimes, even though if you install Python 3, your versioning system will not, version system will not handle in the prompt or the prompt. So you guys have to do few changes there, then and there. So in case the Pwn tools does not work, we'll come here and install this. So that's basically it. And some other advice is provided. Each bind has the same vulnerability. Use a provided string is copied back to the stack. Since the overflow occurs on the stack, you can just stick your ROP chain right there, and binder will dutifully return through it. So basically, it's everything is you return and you get your gadgets. You have a gadget chain if needed. Yeah, so if you have gadget chains, it can be a bit difficult. And also, each challenge has 32-bit and 64-bit versions. And debuggery, once you plan your ROP chain, debugger can make things much clearer by highlight any errors, blah, blah, blah. Right, so there are other cool things. Treasure hunting, so they are given some hints. Function names, right, so there are a lot of other things. So I'm not going to talk a lot about that. Some also related necessarily materials are there as PLT sections. We have not discussed about the PLT sections, but when time comes, we'll discuss. And also got we talked about global offset table in format strings exploitation. So yeah, so all things are related, guys. So okay, so we can start with Ret2win. That's the recommended one to start with. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into my box, Kali box, and I'm going to start my exploitation. Okay, cool. I have this. I need the file. Okay, so let me work with this. All good. Go to some of these. Need them. Okay, I need to go to the ROP Emporium. ROP Emporium. Go there. So until it loads up. Alright. So Ret2win is the first. Alright, so I'll go back. Alright. Okay. So let me create a directory ROP Ret2win. Otherwise, say ROP Emporium. So all these files will be here. Okay, see ROP Emporium. All good. So now I have to get I'll create a directory Ret2win. I'll go inside there. So let me check now. Okay, so I'm going to download the 64-bit version. Okay, so before that, if you read a bit, it says locate a method within the binary. So this is the binary which you're going to download. So locate a method within the binary that you want to call, and do so by overwriting a saved return address. So you have to call that one by overwriting the return address on the stack. That's a very, seems to be a simple one, but we'll see. So if you download this, you can download it that way, or probably you can do a wget. Right. Okay, I'll download it here. Cool. So I got the save and do run save and Ret2win. All right, no runs with visit. Yep, this is there. Ret2win. Okay. Let me go here. Okay. So manager, in downloads, open Emporium, Ret2win, extract and extract. Right, so I have the files, I don't need this too. I'm going to move to trash. Okay, I have Ret2win, the binary and the flag. So this is the flag. Okay, that's the flag that I need to find out. ROP a placeholder 32-byte flag. That's the flag that I need to find out. Alright, so all things cool. So we'll run Ret2win. Ret2win by ROP Emporium. First, my first trick. For my first trick, I will attempt to fit 50 bytes of user input into 32 bytes of stack. What you would possibly go wrong. You there, madam. I have your input, please, and don't worry about null bytes using. So if you use ROP Ace, a basic overflow might work. Alright, so now we need to do something cool. Okay, so what are the things to do? So initially we'll do a basic analysis. Alright, so that is needed. So we'll try to open this to GDB and then do some basic analysis and see where to use ROP and gadgets and other things. I don't think we might need to do a lot of things. This is the first challenge. Okay, let's open this using GDB Ret2win. Okay, I have installed Peda, so things cool. So I can just do this assemble main. Alright, looks cool. For functions, okay, I have some cool functions. These are all basic stuff. Okay, that's a frame dummy. Maybe we have to look into it. The main, and then only, and also Ret2win. That can be quick. Yeah. Alright, so it's good to analyze it a bit. Do a run vr main and do run. Oops. So this is the cool thing about Peda. You get your registers. Okay. nothing to worry about. Okay, then you find this instruction. So we are at main plus 4 and the stack. Okay, and that's basically it. I continue. Add something. Yeah, nothing happens. Nothing but nothing. So I'll try to check what is this Ret2win, right? It's like ELF 64-bit LSB executable, right? So all cool. Alright, that's cool. What else to do? Okay, that's nothing much. We go to the work. You can do disassemble, or you can say pd main, like the same thing. So you guys, when you look at it, you have the basic function, and also there's this pawn me function, and also the return here, which is cool. Okay, so that's done. Have a small break, bit of a break. Okay, I'm back. So now we'll consider on looking at the pawn me. So let me go and check on pawn me. Oh, good. So you have the basic stuff. Okay, something interesting here. What is important here at this particular point? So the fgets is there. No? So fgets is a very vulnerable, really vulnerable function which should not be used. So that's something that you have to concern about. So that's a vulnerable function, guys. So if I do man fgets, you can get to know more about fget functions. Of course, no need to go to everything, but do understand that is really, really vulnerable. All right. Okay, now what we are supposed to do, now we know there are exploitables are available here. So we are supposed to find the offset for the return. So once you know the offset for the return, we can of course attack it like the normal usual method. So if you can remember, I have used PEDA pattern creation in the previous session also. I'm going to use the same thing. Okay, pattern create. Okay, undefined command, something specific, says pattern create. Oops, what's it done? Pattern. All right, something is fishy. Just check on that. And I think I missed PEDA here. That was the issue. Okay. I think this is the problem. Okay, forward. So guys, this is the command. So make sure there's an underscore, not a dash. Okay, pattern is there. So then what to do? Then basically you have to run with the pattern, run your code with the pattern. That's what you guys have to do. So let me run this. Alright, so it should be better. Alright, so okay, I now find out the pattern. So what I did in the previous video was to look at the offset directly, right? So I looked, I basically look at the RSP, if you can remember, if I do it quickly. So by looking at this, next what I did was I did to get the offset, what I did was XWX and RSP, and which I basically got this value, right? Then what I did was I looked for the offset. All right, if you can remember, that's what I did earlier in the earlier video. So I used spread pattern offset function, and then I use this. Yep. Okay, let's go. Data pattern offset, undefined pattern offset. Okay. That's odd. Undefined pattern underscore offset. Oh, bad. Okay, so that's not defined, so it's okay. So this is the way that I did it. So in that, what is missing then? Oh, no, no. So what I'm going to do this time, for here you don't have that. So I look at the pattern. So what I do is then do a pattern search. So that's the other way around. Pattern search. Again, I'm going to say this again. Okay, so let me run this again. I don't know whether I have done a mistake. Pattern. Okay, now if I run the pattern search, oops, that's without. What was the missing part? Okay, I'm going to put a breakpoint on new. Okay, I'm going to run this with the pattern. Then I will do a pattern search. Okay. Okay, it's a bit odd. Let me check this. Okay, small concern was there. So I had to rerun the program, then it worked. So basically I ran the at that's wrong. So what just it's okay. So I'm going to run the pat. Okay, so I don't think I work out. So let me run this. That's fine. So let me run this again. So all fine. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the pattern search, which I want to find the offset. Alright, so now it gives out the offset. So as an example, RBP plus 0 found at the offset. So this is 32 bytes from the RSP. So RIP. So RIP is 8 bytes. So when you add them together, you will get 40 bytes. So basically, the return pointer should be 40 bytes. So that should be the logic here. So once the 40th byte, so we can fill the stack from the function to the 40th byte, and then we can write at the return. All right, so now what we guys have to do, so we know that that's how we get the return pointer, so we might have to write our own coding for this. So now, unlike the previous time, we don't have to write Python post to create a file. Rather, we can do it in a single execution with the pwn.me library. So what we need is only to work this out. Yeah, what do we need? you need the starting pointer for the pony function, because that's where all the magic happens. So this should be the point where we have to insert. So I'll take a copy of that. So get my editor, okay, leave it here for the moment. I'll move it again, I will come back. Okay. I'm going to get a new file. Hope things will be fine. Yeah, so now I know the location, so I might have to check the location. Yeah, so let's look at the functions we have already done so earlier. It's taken a long time, it seems. Functions. So yeah, that's the issue. It's getting slow, it seems. Info functions. Alright, so then the Ret2win is there, form is there. Okay, let me double check quickly. Ret2win, the only function that we couldn't check. Alright, so yeah, that's also we might be. Alright, so this is the function that we have to call, right? Ret2win. So this is where the flag is, I believe. Yeah, so to double check whether the flag is available, yeah, there's a system call here. Alright, let me check XS with this value. Oops, nope. If not, what we are supposed to do then? Okay, so now this is the thing. So if you do the call of the system, before this there will be argument pass. So this is the argument pass. So that argument can be the real call. So if I check that one, okay, copy and paste. I do think, yeah. So that's contain the flag, being cat flag. So if you can execute this guy, so this is the method that they have hidden inside. So it's not a big deal. So you call this guy. This is the one that you call, not the previous one. Actually, previous one I thought it will be the one, but truly this is the one that we require. Alright, so once you do the attack, so this is the one that we have to order. Alright, so now I think we have to write our function. This function is not going to be a big deal anyway. Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay, so now we need to write this function. I'm going to save this in my folder. So I go to downloads, ROP Emporium. Okay, so this is our exploit code. Basically, my exploit this line Python 5. Okay, all good. Okay. The fonts size, text, try to manage. Yeah, so we try to manage, don't worry too much about this. So I'll try to write the coding. It's not going to be a difficult one. So you need to get things from phone import, from phone. So make sure that you have installed this. That's fine. And then I'm going to use the process which is Ret2win. Okay. Ret2win, and then the buffer. Okay. And then we need to add those A's. So how many A's needed? This time previously it was 104. We check the offset and we have to set 105 also. This time we need 40. And then the cool thing, so we have to get the return pointer. This time is a byte, so to add it to string, so you have to convert this. Can you remember what we did last time? We used a pack in the struct, but this time it's a bit different. So I need this value, which is the starting point of the Ret2win function. Okay, this is easy in that sense. Okay, that's cool. Then you have to use the send line function. Don't worry too much about these things. Just get a basic okay, interactive. Okay, that will do. So basically that is the program. Go here, go out. Everything seems to be fine. So now you have to run your exploit code. Python exploit. Oops, let's see. Okay. Processor doing stop executing, drop encoding, switching the interactive mode. That's right. Okay, so that's a small concern. We'll check, don't worry. Okay, what's the mistake one would be, let me check. So, okay. So things you can't see. Okay, so I didn't append this, so obviously it's foolish to not to do that. Let's say this. Okay, I got a new shell. Oh, perfect. Okay, now we'll run this. Okay, I did it. Can only. Okay. So if you're going to run this, please make sure you're going to do Python 2. So otherwise you get all these other errors like that's a bit odd. Not a bit odd, but yeah. That's quite. Okay, I did a small change. There was some problem here in the original code, right? So I did use the old one. I had a problem with the pawn tool, so I used the same old code which I used. So it's the same packing code, so nothing to worry too much. I'll try to solve that problem. Actually, the problem is pawn tools are not installed to Python 2 and Python 3. Some having problems with the PR2 function. So we try to solve that problem. I'll go deep into it, and at the moment I'm using the same function code. So this is the function, and I basically ran the code, and then I can get the input text. That's basically the same thing. Then to the good stuff, Ret2win, and then I'm going to pass the input. Guys, when this works out, if this works out, it should do the flag. All right, so it runs, push, and you get your flags. So rope, placeholder, blah 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 blah. Right, so that's the flag that we were actually looking at, if you can remember. So I don't have to go through it again. Yeah, so it's here. is the flag. So the flag, that's the flag, that's the flag. Take it out, and this is the flag. So you see probe, a placeholder. Okay, so that's that. Cool. So that problem is solved. So we'll meet with the other one later. Thank you guys.